Mr. Stinky coming at you live like a bullet. I am your host. I got a special guest here with me today. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
CHRISTINA Raven Redtail Hawk Jaguar, which is RRJXI.
All right. And what would you consider yourself? What kind of title would you give yourself? The things you do in this, in this spiritual awakening. Because today we're going to be talking about spiritual awakening, spiritual enlightenment, and teaching the people some things,
All right. A word that describes what I do is a shining one. And a shining one is basically a spiritual medicine person.
Okay.
So that encompasses what I do. I do spiritual work.
Okay. Today we're going to be talking about manifestation, because I know a lot of people that hear the word going around, manifestation. I want to manifest. You need to manifest, but a lot of people don't know what the hell. A lot of people is just now waking up, and a lot of people ain't even woke at all, and that's okay. I've been woke for years. Actually, as a kid, it's just that the world wasn't ready for what I had to teach, not preach. I feel like music is a message and the word is a message, not a competition. We're not trying to, nobody's better at this, and everybody's born with magical capabilities, and everybody's born with powers in their own way, form, or fashion. There's things that you can do. There's things that this person can do, that person can do, that we can't do. And there's things that we know we can do, they can't do. And there's things that we all can do. Remember, the spirit of the Most High is all around you and within you. Now, I want to give you, we talking about manifestation. I want to give you 4 main ingredients I use to manifest, because I really do manifest things. Like, I can give you so many examples, but we talking to people right now who don't even know what it is. So we talk about manifestation. We talking about bringing things into existence, speaking them into existence. We talking about thinking them into existence, and I'm going to explain how. Here's a technique. Number 1, close your eyes. And we can do this right now. If you're there at home right now, we can do this together, whatever. Just messing around. And you won't believe tomorrow what might happen. First of all, this is what you got to do. Don't put no limitations on your manifestation. Don't think, oh, that's too big. That costs too much. That's too hard. When you start doing that, you already messed up. There's no rules. Nothing's too big, because we're not even dealing with money. We're dealing with universal laws, universal powers. We talk about the power within, the power of God or the gods, whatever you believe in. We talking about, if you believe it, you can achieve it. If you hold it here, you can hold it here. We talking about seeing is believing and all that. So here we go. You close your eyes and you think of something that you want to happen, or somebody you want to meet, or some kind of people or person you want to meet, or I'm just giving you the ideals of this. You close your eyes and you visualize it. And I have my eyes closed real. So you close, because I'll be for real with this. You close your eyes and you think of what you want. I'm doing this right now because I don't play with this stuff, because it really works for me. And then you got it in your mind. All right. And then let's say you speak it into existence. It could be, I'll just give you examples. I want a white Cadillac by next Friday. That's you speaking it out. But you don't, if you're sitting there wondering how, when, and where I'm going to get it, I don't have the money, you're already messed up. The power is in the knowing. You know it's going to happen. You don't know how, when, where. That's the good part about it. That's how you know that you may get a call from anybody. Man, I don't want this old Cadillac no more. I'm going to jail in 3 months. What? Somebody just called us. Man, my grandma just died. I don't even want it. I knew you needed to call. It's going to happen. It's like faith. All you got to do is know. So now we visualize it, we speak it. I am. You want to use that I am too, that I am power. Because I am that I am. Remember that. I am that, and that I am. And people say God's true name. If you believe in God, they say his name really is I am. I don't want to get into religion. I'm here not here for none of that. But I am that, and that I am. So you can speak it to anything. So you want to use those I ams as an energy. I am going to have a Cadillac by next Friday. We got that out of the way. I gave you little ingredients with it, but I only gave you 2 things. Then, now, number 3, pay attention, is the most important ingredient. I call this the catalyst. This is the emotion. You want to feel like how would you feel if that Cadillac pulled out front right now? You got to try to get to that space. So you know what I do? I act like I'm in it. Slapping my beat, pulling up with my friends. I ain't even had no car. I couldn't make it to the store yesterday. I'm happy. Yeah, I got that lack. So now I'm happy because I can do it right now. Well, give me a second. Pulling up on niggas. No, I want to say all that. Pulling up on people. Pulling up on friends. We got to keep it. This is for everybody. I don't want to. No bad words. Pulling up on people in that nice Cadillac. So now I'm happy for no reason. I done activated the catalyst. That's one of the main ingredients. I'm happy. Now, ingredients number 4. I give it to the universe. I let it go. Trusting the power of the universe. It's going to happen. That's that power of knowing. I just let it go. Because I noticed something. The minute I forget about it, it just kind of happens. It'll be like, I'll forget I manifested. I'm on with something else. I'm doing whatever I'm doing in life. I'll be like, man, last week, the lack of come to me, and I forgot. I did this. I manifested this. How did I get this? Or I be trying to, I didn't even want a Cadillac. I might have wanted something else too, or I might have didn't have enough money for the Cadillac, but somebody gave me a deal so sweet. I just had to get the lack. I mean, it's all kind of ways. I ain't giving you you got to understand. I'm just showing you the 4 ingredients. So that was the 4 ingredients: visualization, speak it into existence, the emotion that is already there, and letting it go. Manifestation at its best. I could tell you a story. We got enough time, but I don't want to bore you with all these stories. Maybe next time we'll go back. I could tell you a story about what happened to me in Hawaii on a manifestation. It was unbelievable, but it really happened. And we'll go into another day. But
give us one at least.
Give us one story. Yeah. I'll run it. Okay. All right. So it's unbelievable. The year was 2000 and I believe 6. Worst came to worst. I was out in Hawaii, kind of broke, and I'm not ashamed to say it. At the time I was broke. Had about maybe $137 in my pocket when I touched down to Hawaii. So I was going through some things. I remember walking out to the beach a little earlier that day, and I said, see, some of the stuff I don't want to tell, some of my personal stuff, but I remember walking out to the beach and kind of sitting in the beach just saying that I'm going to meet a girl. Because I had a situation where the girl I was with, she kind of just left me out there. Everything was just all messed up. I had a one-way ticket, didn't know how I was going to get home. So I told myself, I'm going to meet a girl. And I'm going to stay in one of these big old hotels. Now, these big old hotels, they like $475 a night. By now, I done ate a little food and stuff. I probably got about $80 in my pocket by now. You know what I'm saying? Out of the 137 or whatever it was. So, whatever. Okay. So I go in a little club, trying to make myself feel good, whatever. I leave the club. And I remember just out there, like, you know, it's 3 in the morning now. I'm kind of like, it's getting serious. You know, I don't really know. I'm too embarrassed to call back home and ask somebody for money. You know, I got this Mr. Stinky image to uphold as an artist, as a rapper, whatever, you know. I don't want nobody to know that I'm out of Hawaii, broke, and can't even get back home. You know, the tickets back then was $1,300 each way, you know. So I'm like, you know, if you get lucky, you may get 17 on a round trip. So anyway, I'm like, this is crazy. I really don't really know nobody. The other people I know, they're not getting in town till like 5 days from now. So I'm really in a situation. Just stop for a minute. And I remember watching that video of The Secret. You know, the laws of attraction, they talked about when the opportunity comes, you seize that opportunity. You don't wait, you don't play. If you see it, you go, because you'll miss your opportunity. You don't know what that could be. It could be life-changing. So I noticed everybody's leaving, getting in their cabs, cars, you know, walking away, whatever. You know, everybody was just back when people were no, you know, Ubers wasn't popping there, you know, this cabs, you know, they were jumping in the cabbies, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I see this girl. She's standing out to me. Even though she's way, way away. I can barely see her eyes. I can see her shape. It's great, you know, her hair, whatever. It looks like my type, but I can't even really see her face. It's far. But it seems like for a minute, she stopped what she was doing and she locked in to my energy from way, like I'm talking about a block and a half down. It's like she stopped walking and moving, just kind of like stood there. I was like, what's going on? So I stood there trying to jump into that frequency. Like, what is it about her? I could feel her energy from way. How? There's plenty of women walking by. It's just like something I really can't explain. I can just feel it in my, you know, my body, not as much as my mind, just like kind of talk to myself like, man, what's up with that? Walk that way. Just kind of walk that way. When I started walking, I noticed she started walking more. Like she was kind of stopped first. She started walking my way too. It was weird. I started walking faster. Seemed like she was picking up speed. I said, am I tripping? I said, I'm tripping. I said, nah, I ain't. Keep walking. Kept on walking. Walk right. This is so crazy. Look, by the time I got, you know, kind of close up on her, I locked into them eyes. And we just locked into each other's eyes. I could feel her energy, her spirit. I knew that she was for me. I can't explain this to nobody. I didn't really say nothing to her. This is how I knew it was crazy. I didn't even say nothing to her. And this ain't about being no Don, no Mac player, none of that. This is something else going on. I walked up to her and I just grabbed her hand like I already knew her. When I was sticking my hand out when I was halfway to her and she just stuck her hand out to me. It was like, let me see, my left hand stuck out. So I must have been, was I left hand? Yeah, left hand and left hands. I don't know what that means, but my left hand and her left hand, we just connected. And I grabbed it. And it's crazy because people, they teach me in the spiritual world that the left hand's the receiving hand, the right's the giving. I always remember that, you know, unless you're left-handed, then it kind of gets a little different. But, you know, for most of the world, they say the left hand's the receiving, the right's the giving. So I don't know, maybe she's had something to give me, or maybe we gave each other something. I don't know each other's spirit aura, but I grabbed her hand and I just started smiling. I gave her a smile because I didn't have no words for her because I was really so amazed that it was happening, but I had to still be cool. And she was so beautiful when I got up on her. You know, sometimes any man can admit this. Sometimes a person too beautiful, and you know, it just kind of gets you. And I'm 8 hours across the ocean in a weird land, you know, feeling broke. So, you know, you feeling broke, your confidence is kind of down. I just grabbed her hand, looked her in the eye. She smiled back, and that was it. It was like her eyes talked to me. I already knew everything was gonna be okay, but I didn't have no money to take her nowhere. So, you know, so I was like, okay, let me go back to the same beach where I manifested. I knew the beach was only 2 blocks over, and the beach is always romantic. Worst come to worst, we gonna get it in on the beach. And the beach is always cool. And I knew there'd be little bars and stuff on the beach. So I knew I had enough money to buy her a glass of wine. You know, this is a true story, it's real stuff. And then I found out that she was from Australia. Heard that accent.
You was gone. Huh?
I was gone. Well, so was she. So I told her I was from the mainland, you know, and she was from Aussie or whatever they be talking about. She kept talking about this Aussie stuff. I'm like, all right, whatever. Australia, Aussie, whatever. All right, so we walked to the beach. We sat down. We got to looking at the stars, and people would think I'm crazy, but it was something going on out there. Some particular stars or planets that was kind of doing a lot, you know, just kind of really gleaming on us. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was because of where I was on the planet Earth or what was going on, or the reflection from the moonlight. I just know the stars out. Real. Matter of fact, it wasn't no moon shining that night. It wasn't that moonlight. It was just that gleam. The stars looked real big, everything. The water looked beautiful. You could hear it. It just was like a movie, you know, the elements of the earth. You could feel it. And so I just got up, decided to walk around, started walking. I don't even know where I was walking. We just walking. It's the beach. It's feeling good outside. It's probably 89. I ain't tripping. We're walking. You ain't gonna believe this part. We walk by these hotels, and all them hotels are $375, $475 a night. You ain't getting no better deal than that, especially not being a local. So I'm just walking. Something just told me cut through the lobby, like, and the lobby's halfway outside. It's like outside and inside. Cut through the lobby. You ain't gonna believe this. What happened next? It's a bald head dude with green eyes. I'll never forget him for the rest of my life. His name is Tony. Shout out to Tony, man. Shout out to Tony. He was a security guard. Listen to this. I cut through the lobby. Now remember my manifestation. I'm gonna meet a girl and I'm gonna get one of them rooms and I'm gonna have a good night. One of the best nights. No matter what. Because I was having a horrible night at first, just knowing that my money was messed up. Didn't have no shelter and all that. Anyway, I cut through. The dude, Tony, the craziest thing he said to me, he was like, I know what this is. And I was like, you know what I mean? I'm like, what? He like, come with me. I'm like, what? Don't you second guess it. My subconscious knew what it was. He's a security guard at an expensive hotel. I just cut through the lobby. He looked at me, he said, I know what this is. I didn't know what it is. Now, watch this now. This is like when you unlock from the matrix, you stop living by rules, you can control this world. We have the power to make things happen. That I followed Tony to that elevator. Let me tell you what happened. He got me on the elevator. He took me up to the second floor. He stuck a key in the elevator, got off. He locked it. I don't know why. I don't know how. He locked the elevator. So he told me to do it. He stuck the key in it. He opened to me 2nd floor. He walked me down the hallway to another elevator, took me up to the 14th floor, and said, between the floors between 14 and 16 are under like I guess renovation, whatever you call it, like this construction. They fixed them. He said everything's in the rooms except the main cover on the bed. There's toilet paper. There's everything you need. Heat, everything, whatever you don't need no heat, but the heat, the air, everything works. Everything's in those rooms except the main covers. You got to be out of here by 12. This whole floor is yours.
All right.
This whole floor is yours. All these doors are unlocked. You got to be out. Promise me you be out by 12. I said, and then look, so I try to give them a tip for $20. But remember, the best things in life are for free. If you're out there listening right now, say it with me. The best things in life are for free. Y'all got to remember that, because the universe don't want no money. I try to tip this man $20. I won't tip him too much because I was already getting it free. It was coming to me so fast, so shocking, I almost forgot I manifested. It wasn't until let me tell you about my view though. Hold on, I ain't even got to the view. But look, so I'm on 14 floors up. And that's big floors in Hawaii. It's different. So try to give him $20. I'm like, you sure? He's like, no. Walked away. I got a room. I got the girl. I got a room and a girl. But hold on. So I walked to the balcony. Open that balcony. That big old star, y'all think I'm playing. That big old star, it looked like it was literally right there. It looked like if I had 15 ladders, I could climb up to the star. I'm talking about, man, it's just different in Hawaii. You never been there, I can't explain it to you. Well, I don't know if it's because of that part of the earth we own or really on the coast or whatever, but I'm telling you, that star was right there. The sky was pitch black, lit up with all them beautiful stars. It looked like I was another dimension, man. I can't even explain it. I'm sitting out there. It was so romantic. No mushy, but on some real, it was so romantic. I couldn't believe it. Not only was that, when I open, you open those little, you open the little room things and your refrigerator stocked with the fully stocked bar. Mm-hmm. My bar was stocked with so much liquor, but I realized something. They can't charge me because I never checked in. We got a full bar. We cracked the bottle of that Belvedere. That Belvedere, that's how she was saying it, not Belvedere. That Belvedere, we cracked it. We sat out there. We talked about God, the earth, space, all kind of weird stuff. We got on a whole nother level. You know what happened next, of course. But I'm just saying, like, so did I manifest what I said? Did it work? It worked.
Yep, and then you was in an unknown land. I mean,
unknown land. And I think at the time I was living in I was living in Atlanta at the time. Or no, I wasn't living in Atlanta yet. But I was always going back. But I flew in from Atlanta somehow. I was living in Kansas City, about to move to Atlanta. I kept going back and forth to Atlanta, and I flew in from Atlanta. But check this out. So now, since we on the, y'all know what happened at the end of this was sex, of course. So let's talk about sex. And sex has something to do with manifestation. And Christina's going to elaborate on it just a little bit, and I'm going to end it because you can use sex as a manifestation. And we grown out here. Don't laugh, people. This is real. But speak to them a little bit.
okay. Anybody out there heard of tantric sex or sex magic? Okay, where you use the power of your orgasm to manifest something. So as you build up to it, you set your intentions. That's the first step. You set your intentions. And then as you build up to that and you get to the climax, that is you envisioning it happening in the act. And then you will see manifestations fast. Like you said your shit was fast. It's gonna be that type of.
And people want to ask you why. Why do you think you would see it fast or faster with the sex?
Because, okay, when man and womb man, the woman with the womb, when they come together, you can create a life.
Yes.
To create a life, that is powerful. That's like the
Yeah.
most powerful thing on the earth, right?
Yeah.
So it's that power that's your fuel for your manifestation to come to pass.
Yeah. And I want to elaborate on that a little bit because I've actually done it. So it's kind of like what I talked about, number 3, the emotion. If you're having sex, you're in the best feeling there is to almost feel on this planet, especially if you getting ready to, bust. Right before you bust, there's not a drug or any emotion that feels better than that. Right before that happens, you're in your best state. So you can, for example, you could just be getting ready to, 200,000 by Friday, 200,000 by Friday. Oh, you know what I mean? That's the power. I gotta give them my idea so they understand, this ain't no game, man. Y'all want it? These are ancient teachings, and we're just giving the people the stuff. And we're moving right along. We're gonna talk to you today about a couple of herbs, herbs that you can use to help or heal the body. And Christina's gonna tell you about her herb first.
Okay, we were talking about mugwort. Okay, mugwort, it helps you with digestive issues, but we were talking about the state of mind with vivid dreams. If you want to get answers, okay, say you're praying about something. You want an answer, you're looking for answers. You could take some mugwort in tea form or smoke it, and you will go into this vivid state of being, whether it's a vivid dream, a trance-like state. And it's kind of the mild version versus, something like mushrooms or ayahuasca. That's like on the advanced level. But
Right,
if
yeah.
you want to start out,
yeah, mugwort is just mellow. It's cool. It's not, you're not gonna trip out. You can still operate a motor vehicle. You can get it from any little herb shop. Just some tea. If you want to, I've actually smoked it out of one of my Lord of the Ring pipes, one of my Gandalf the Great pipes, one of them big long. I've smoked it. I wouldn't suggest smoking it for over 10 minutes. I would get a few puffs and sit on back because it clouds the head up a lot. Not like salvia or none of that stuff. Some people know we talking about salvia. That it's nothing like that. But the mugwort, many people, and for you people that activate evil powers, because I'm talking to all people. I'm international. I don't discriminate. I don't judge people. That's God's job. Let him do that. If you're a witch, you should already know what mugwort is. They use that a lot of their potions and their powers. But when I never drunk it as a tea. I actually got some right now. I should have had it. I could have pulled my bag up. I actually just brought some yesterday. I'm not even playing. Like I can go get it right now. But I've smoked it, and after my head kind of stopped being so cloudy, after about 3-4 minutes, it makes me a little relaxed. And then I noticed that it almost seemed like to me it activates my serotonin or my melatonin in my brain because I can have lucid dreams easier and faster. I can close my eyes and just start to visualize stuff. Like it helps with visualization. It just makes me feel like I'm in another world. Like feel like I'm dreaming when I'm kind of still awoke. So it's good. It's great, Mugwort.
It wards off evil spirits too.
Oh, it do?
Yeah, that's kind of like the hoodoo. Like I have this book. It's the hoodoo herb and root magic. So it gives like the spiritual properties of the herbs.
Yeah.
And it can ward off evil spirits also.
Okay, and then I'm going to talk to people about, one of our number one problems in this world is sugar. People, and it's in everything. You got to realize the sugar is not from God. Let's just get that straight. Not from the universe, not from this planet. Sugar is our worst enemy. It causes cancer. It causes all kinds of diseases, dementia, Alzheimer's. I mean, I can go on and on and on. It's the worst thing. So what we need to be doing is trying to fight against the intake of sugar. I know it's not easy. We all victims of it because everything you can eat something that's bitter. You can eat a sandwich and it might got some sugar in it. I mean, they putting sugar in everything. So I'm going to give you a substitute for sugar. This thing I'm about to tell you about, it's a white powder. I got all this stuff. I should have been showing the people. Anyway, next time. It's a white powder. It looks just like sugar, and I ain't talking about no stevia, none of that crap, none of that. This is called monk fruit. It's a fruit, and it's 7 times more sweeter than sugar. And it's a white powder. You can even get it at Walmart. And you need to start, anything you use your sugar for, start substituting it with monk fruit. And it may taste, nothing's gonna taste exactly like sugar, but I'm telling you, it's 7 times more sweeter than sugar. But it's actually good for the body. It's actually good for the GI tract, the digestive system, and all kind of things for the body. So monk fruit. So you got mugwort and monk fruit. We giving you an herb and we giving you a fruit to help your body. We just want to heal people. We just want people to be okay. You know what I'm saying? So try that monk fruit. Monk fruit. Look it up. Google it. As we start to end this session, because these are still test runs, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to say too much and then the equipment don't work. So we hope to the gods that the equipment's working. We want to talk about the chakras. Some people say chakras, but it's CHAKRA, chakra. Now, she's going to tell us a little bit about it, and I'm just going to jump in a little bit on what I may know.
All right. Okay, we have these energy centers in our body. There are 7 major ones. Okay, we have the root, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, first eye one, and the crown chakra.
Chakra, yes. So go ahead, keep going. You want to keep going?
Like the root and the sacral chakra, that deals with basically your reproductive organs. And we kind of touched on that with a little bit of the sex magic.
Yeah.
Like with that orgasmic energy, it starts at root chakra, and it travels all the way up
Yeah.
to the top.
Yeah.
So that's basically awakening your kundalini, the life force of God, basically in your body.
Yeah. I'll touch on one of the chakras, because that one of the one I love the most is the third eye chakra, because a lot, you hear people talk about the third eye, but some people don't realize that we really have a third eye. It's really there. If I was to cut your head open and get up in there, right, a little bit past this bone here, there's a real eye there. It's got a cornea, all kind of, it's real, like it's little, like what, the size of a walnut, or it's there, like a little pea or a walnut. It's a real eye there. And they say that's your mind's eye. Like when you go to sleep and your eyes are closed, you see in your dreams, you see him with the third eye. It's the eye of the spirit. And so as far as these chakras, what I realized, these chakras, think about every organ. You got hearts and kidneys and livers and lungs. They make the body, the physical body work. Well, the chakras make the spirit work, right? That's the only way I can explain it to you. Your spirit has organs too, and that's what the chakras are. And there's more than 7. There's really a main 12, but there's way more than that. And if you want to know about chakras, here's what you need to know. This is the Chakra Bible. This is what it looks like. Get it. Get familiar with its colors, everything. And maybe next time we'll tell you all about how you can mix the chakras with the rising of the Kundalini. Mr. Stinky and Christina coming at you live like a bullet. Bless.
Peace.
I think I'm stopping.